Hi! Hi guys, it's Alex. Thank you guys so much for joining me this year. So as you guys can see for the title today, I'm doing my intro to pan those eyeshadows. I'm a little bit hesitant. I'm like, ooh. Do I want to do it again? Yes, I do. I do want to do it again. So I am starting out my pan those eyeshadows. I have taken a break from all of my project pans for about a month. And you guys, I feel rejuvenated. I feel excited. I feel motivated and wanting to do this again, which is amazing. And as you guys know, I took the last week off of December, which has also given me a fresh start, clean brain thought process where I want to come back and do this without feeling burnt out. So I'm here to tell you guys my new rules for this year. I've tweaked them a little bit yet again. As you guys know, every year I learn a little bit more and I understand my process when it comes to project panning. So I am going to tweak it a little bit, but I think you guys will be excited for it. So if you're interested, stay tuned. Of course, my name is Alejandra, eyeshadow enthusiast with VETOS Project Pan. If that's something that you like to see and continue to see on your feeds, join us on this beautiful platform. And now let's get on with the intro of this project pan. All right, you guys, so here are my new rules for 2022. If I am going to tweak any rules, I try to do it midway through the year. I try not to do it every so many months. As you guys know, I only tweaked my rules once last year, and that was midway through the year. I kind of got a little grips of things. So I'm going to tweak it again starting this year. So I'm going to have all of my rules down in the description box throughout the whole entire year. So that way, if you guys forget any of my rules or you're questioning some of my thought process throughout the year, you can always look back on my description box and you'll have all the information there. So let's start out with my 12 rules. I always have 12 rules. Even though I tweak some, I still got 12 rules. So first and foremost, I do not pan any black shadows. Doesn't matter if I accidentally roll them in, they come in, I will re-roll. I don't do black eyeshadows. It's just too tedious and time consuming for me personally. And I don't use a lot of black in an eyeshadow anyway. So that'll be very, very dragging for me. So that's one of the main reasons I don't. Rule number 2, I will not have 2 of the same shadows in one round. For instance, if I already have a blue and I roll in a blue that is basically the same thing, I'm not gonna do it. There's no point. That's not fun for me. It'll be tedious and just dragging. So if I get 2 of any color, whether it's 2 browns, 2 purples, but it has to be the same, almost identical. I could have a lavender and a dark purple, that's fine. But if they're exactly and almost identical, then I'll just re-roll. Obviously, I swatch everything so you'll see if they are almost close or not. The third rule I have is the major one I am doing this year. One of the major changes I'm doing this year. I am not doing 5 shadows this year. This year I decided, I took some of your advice from last year. I played around with some of the rules last year. This year I think this will work better for me. I am not doing 5 shadows. I'm going to do 4 shadows. So what that means is I'm taking away 1 palette. So it'll be 3 palettes and my single. I thought about getting rid of my single, but you guys love to see my singles in here as well. And I love to use my singles. This is one of the best ways to use my single shadows. So what I'm going to do is 3 in a palette, 1 as a single. So it'll be 4 shades. I think that'll be a lot more manageable for me and I won't feel like it's dragging. I'm forcing myself. I am, just being exhausted from the 5 shades plus anything else that I'm panning. So I think 4 shades works the best for me right now. We'll see how it works. And if I need to change it up, it'll be around the summertime that I'll change that up. The next change that I'm going to do is something that I had asked you guys for. I asked on Instagram. I had changed my usage goal from 30 to 20 last year. And it was doable for me, but I felt like I didn't have enough time with the shades. I think 30 is way too much for me, and I think 20 is not enough. So I asked you guys to give me which one of the 3 numbers. I didn't want to do 25. I didn't want to do it like 20, 25, 30, 35, because I feel like for me, those numbers are like dragging. If I have like 24, I feel like I could get there quicker than I can if it's 20 or 25. I don't know. My brain works that way. Just like if something cost me $17.99, I think that's a bargain compared to $19.99. Do you see what my brain goes? So I had asked you guys on Instagram to let me know, out of the number 26, 27, and 28, what number should I choose? You had no clue what this was for. And unanimously, you guys, the majority of the votes went for number 27. So that means I will be using my shades 27 times. I will not use them 20, 25, or 30. It'll be 27 uses. So what that means is I will be using my shades 27 times, or if I hit pan before that, obviously I get to roll it out. So I have to use it 27 times. So this will be fun because it's not like, you know, one of the main numbers that we use by 5 increments. So this will be interesting for my brain to work with this, and I think it should be a lot of fun. So my goal is obviously still to hit pan. This is why I decided to up my usage goal and lower one shade. I still want to use the palette overall, but I want to concentrate on that one shadow. My shadows, as you guys know, comes from anything, basically a Z palette full of singles. It comes from a duo, trio, quint, quads, palettes themselves. The only things that I do not pull out of here is my singles, because that'll be a separate category in this project pan. No shadow sticks, none of that. It has to be in a pop form, and it's not cream. So those are the shades that you'll see in here. So it's a lot of shadows that I get to pull from, and it gives me a chance to really rotate through a lot of my collection in my makeup. You will have monthly updates as always, and this will run from January to December. It is 11 months. I don't do 12 months. I like to take December off as a break, as you guys know. So December, the first week of December, will be my finale for this project pan. If I do not like a shadow and it doesn't fall into the black, eyeshadow doesn't fall into a duplicate shade, I still have to use it. I am not allowed to veto anything. I don't give myself vetoes. I will need to use that shade. After I hit pan, or the 27 uses, is when I can roll it out and then I can decide to declutter it. But until then, I still have to use that shade. I have it in my collection, obviously, so I still need to use it some way, shape, or form to meet one of my 2 goals. Last rule is I am allowed to use the shade however I please, whether it's on my nails, in my hair, on my eyes, all over my face. However I want to use it, I am allowed to use that shadow however I please to get to either one of 2 of my goals. Okay, you guys, those are my 12 rules. I am excited. I can't wait to see what I get. As you guys know, when it comes to a palette, if you are new, I will randomize the shade within that palette to see which one. So I do not have a lot of give when it comes to this project pan. I have my rules. I'm pretty good with my rules. I am really dedicated to my rules, and I think that tweaking them gives me a refresh, gives me a new perspective on this project pan, and I get to have a lot more fun because it's new kind of to me, and it's not the same daunting rules for me personally. That's how I work, that's how my brain works, so it just works for me. All right, you guys, I'm using Tiny Decisions as I always do every year. I have this up to date. I'm very anal when it comes to my Glow in Me app, where all of my palettes are, every shadow. So all of these are accounted for. I will see, we're gonna roll in 3, and then our single, and then we're gonna see what our color story will be starting in 2022. Okie doke, guys, here we go. Oh, ColourPop number 3, which I think is a bunch of Z palettes, or it's like a Z palette. Here we go with the next one. Stila Jade. I have not played with that in a while. I don't even know what that looks like. Oh my goodness, and I was thinking of this palette too. Morphe Dark Magic, which is one of the Jaclyn Hill ones. I wanted to pull that out for this time of year. I actually was thinking about that palette last night, and I have yet to use it. So now for our singles. Here we go, you guys. One single. Killer Queens. That is a Z palette, so I'm gonna have to pick one of those singles. So now let me pull out those palettes so then we can go ahead and see what our color story is. Oh goodness, this will be interesting. All right, you guys, as I was checking out these shadows, I realized how frizzy my hair is. You guys, it is like 60s today, and apparently there's supposed to be a like blizzard coming tonight into tomorrow. So I don't know how that's gonna work. We're supposed to get at least a foot of snow tomorrow, but yeah, it's warm outside right now, hence why my hair is super frizzy. The humidity's high, so I don't know what's happening. Welcome to Jersey, where we can't decide what our weather is. Either it's super hot, super cold, or you're getting all 4 seasons in a week. All right, guys, so The first one I rolled in was the ColourPop number 3, letter C, and I have them on numbered because I don't know what this collection was. This is what this collection looks like right here. Is one of those pre-made Z palettes that I had purchased a while ago. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and put in my 12 shades. So, history. Okay, can you guys see that? Should I lower this thing? See that better? All right, so we're going to go across. Number 3, which is a glitter. This shadow right over here. That one's called Get Lost. Well, I'll probably use this. Oh, that is pretty though. I'm not going to lie to you. I'm probably going to use this on my nails. Ooh, that is really pretty actually. You can't see too much of it. It is a glitter. Trying to put it on there. It does have like chunks in there, so I'm probably going to use this on my nails, which is fine. I'm not mad at it. Let me try. It's like sticking to my finger, but not my palm. There it is. Can you see that better? That is the first shade, and it's actually really pretty. I might consider putting that on my eyes. Here, let me get a wipe. Well, it's exciting to get a glitter as the very first shade of the year. That's okay. All right. Second one that I pulled in was Stila Jade. And for me, I couldn't remember what the heck that was. And that's a duo. Guys, this is why I put these stuff in because I forget about this. Look how pretty, and I've never, ever used it. This is Jade. It is a vivid and vibrant eyeshadow duo. So what we're going to do is 1 and 2. And we're going to see which one we're going to get. Let me just put the number 2 on here. We got number 1, so that'll be the darker shade on this side. So let me swatch that. I've never played around with this, you guys, so this will be interesting. It's kind of like a putty formula. Yeah, this is more like a cream to powder on that side. See it right there? Oh, those two look really pretty as a shade. All right, my second shade is my favorite color, green, so I'm not upset. Looking like 2022 is going to be a great year. Third up was the Morphe Jaclyn Hill Dark Matters palette. I think I've only used this once. Yeah, it looks like I've only used this once or twice in my life, but I have been wanting to play around with this palette, so it's great that it was in here. That's why I love this project pan. So we're going to do 1 through 12, I believe, right? No, wait. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Nope, 10. 1 through 10. Let's see what we get. 2. Oh, nice. It's called Power Cut, which is this shade right here. I'm happy to see I'm getting cooler tones for the winter time. I get so lucky with my color stories. They just coincide with my season. Look how pretty that is so far. I am not upset. Not upset. And last but not least was my single. And my single was coming from my Killer Queens singles in here. So these are all of my Killer Queens with the exception of these down here. These are from Shop Miss A. So I'm going to count to see how many I have and then I'll go across. So I have 18 shades that are Killer Queen. So let's see what we get, guys. Number 12. All right, so let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yep. So this shadow right over here. Ooh, that's like a terracotta. Oh, that's a pretty shade though. This is like my perfect shade all over the lid. And that'll actually look nice with any of these. Look how pretty that is. That is called Canela. Canela. They no longer make single shadows. These were the very first release they've ever had. Killer Queens no longer make singles. This is my color story so far, you guys. I'm actually really liking it. I am not upset. This is actually a pretty cool color story for me to start out with this year. I'm getting the cooler tones. I only got one matte, one glitter, and then these two that are shimmer. These are manageable. Like doing 4 shades, I feel like it'll be a little bit more manageable. I didn't want to do 4 shades. I always like my 5 shades, but I feel like if I want to use more of the palette itself, I gotta give. Something has to give because I still want to ultimately hit pan on my shades, but I don't want it just to look like one shadow has pan and the rest of it's still brand new. That's not my intentions. That's not my goals. So here we go, you guys. As far as my thought process as this goes, Obviously, this shade right here that comes from the Dark Matters is from a full palette, so I'll be using that palette a lot. This is a duo. I don't see myself using the other side too much. This is a single in a palette. I don't know how much I'll get use out of these other shades, but I'll still incorporate them. I'll still give them a shot because they are considered singles, sort of. Same thing goes with this one. These are a lot of warm tones in here, so I don't see myself using the Z palette one often. It'll probably be these two, and then anything else that I'm playing around with this month. So I am excited, you guys. Are you excited? I'm excited. So all of my rules will be down in the description box, you guys. If you want to understand if I didn't make any sense, everything will be written down so you guys can look at that to see what changes I am doing. I'm very excited. I cannot wait to see what I come up with, the looks that I come up with. Stay tuned. I will see you guys probably next week with a new Project Pan intro, which I'm excited. It's the month of intros. I'll catch you guys in the videos on the screen. Until then, adios.